Oh my fucking god, I've been muted.
You have.
I've been fucking talking and like so confused. Oh no. Wait, could you not hear me when I was fucking streaming?
No.
Oh my fucking
You
god.
just now.
I was saying I said 12 times, I have my stream up, I know I can show you why it happened, and nobody was listening. I was so tilted.
Oh, I joined. Yeah, we joined your stream.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, you didn't hear us join?
I was explaining you should be going to this spot instead, and then just. I said 12 times. I thought, and then just hearing it again, I was so confused. But yeah, do we want to do a death, quick little review?
I would love that actually.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay.
Can we
want to do a VOD review or like a strat work through first?
Just
hearing it again, I was so confused. Probably run through the strat first, right?
Yeah, which strat are we actually? I think they just take it off of Peridot's stream, right?
All 8 in a straight line, or are we doing our light party groups like in a line? Oh no, we couldn't do that. Actually, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, you need to split it up: DPS and tanks and healers.
Yeah.
To make it easier.
I'm not sure if it's was early Prog stuff, but I know Kindred were doing a straight line, and I know Mantra actually complained that some positions with the straight line were really fucking difficult to flex for. Because you had to move very far, and it could have been it could be hard to identify when you're looking down the whole line. So that was a hiccup they ran into. I don't know how long it took them to work through those kinks out. I don't know if it's less of a hiccup than 2 lines would be. I'm inclined to think maybe starting 2 lines would make it easier to see what's going on, at least at the start, and if it makes the flexing too complicated, we go to a single line. And I know Mantra actually. Yeah,
and I think that's something we.
I'm down with that. Then. Yeah, I say let's definitely start with the light parties then, and we can do it just like the picture has it. So the warrior is on tank healer right, or the DPS left, or it's either way. The warrior is north.
In general, by the way.
Okay.
I'm inclined to think maybe.
Thank you. So yeah, we're just doing then exactly what the strat has. So are we doing? But we're doing lines instead of the cross, right? Or
yeah.
Okay. I think the lining up makes the most sense because we have to line up and then we have to flex based on who gets the dooms.
Yeah. So
So
tanks melee ranged then.
I have no idea what you're.
No, hold on. Start over. No, so we're gonna do it. So do you guys have the Google Doc open?
Yeah.
In a tab somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So look at go to the second trio example, where it shows the 3 on each the black bars, and then on each side with the different ways you can set up the dooms, and then the middle shows the setup. Yeah. So we're gonna position like that.
Oh, so we're not lining up.
Okay.
No, gotcha. we're gonna do like a small little plus sign or a little group like that. As long as people are spread out enough to see who has doom, that's fine. The exact positioning is fine. As long as tanks healers are separate and DPS are separate and we're spread enough, then that'll work perfectly for this communication, for this situation.
Would it be easier if we did a line of 4 and a line of 4 so that you can easily see, oh, there's only 2 on that side, one of us has to run over, instead of having the potential of people being stacked one person in front of the other, obscuring vision? Because there's no boss here, right? So there's no reason not to. Instead of making little crosses, just make a straight line. Would that make it visually clearer?
I think so.
Because then you can kind of look and be like, well, we're in a line. I'm looking at, as the DPS line, I'm looking at the tank healer line, and I see there's 3 dooms over there. And there should be 1. Is there? I can't remember which side gets 1 and which side gets 3, honestly. To double check that in the fucking strat. But you get what I'm saying, right?
That's totally fine.
Isn't it just that one side has to get 3?
Yeah, it can be either
It
side.
can be either side.
Based
it's
on-
just that
yeah.
one.
I
Do we
guess it
want to do
depends
the
on.
tank healer side if we're going with this? Let me just, because these are all the different permutations, right? Do we just want to try to do it like that? I think that probably makes the most sense, at least for me to remember.
Okay, so we're gonna do tank healer side has the 3 dooms. It'll be I guess like if you're looking at the picture in the guide, it'll be that middle picture on the right. Is that what it sounds like we're doing?
Yeah, because those are just the different
Okay.
permutations. I think it, just for my brain, it makes more sense conceptually to make it symmetrical.
Okay, now I see the white dots are, yeah.
Yeah.
If DPS side has 3, do we just want to have the 1-person flex? Or sorry, not 1-person flex. Do we want to mirror it if DPS side has 3, or do we want to have 3 people flexing?
If DPS side has 3, we're doing exactly this. It'd be if tanks healer side has 3, it'd be different.
No, I get your question, Riley.
Yeah.
I think I'd prefer, like, I would prefer to try to just do the flex, even if it's more cumbersome to start, and then if we do find that, hey, it's actually really annoying to do this flex, we should just try and not do the flex if that's the pattern that ends up. We can, like, see that when it happens, I guess.
Okay,
so, I agree, because we want to drop the puddles in the same spots every time.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to shoot for the middle right-hand side image, and if it doesn't work out, then we'll work out a different way. But we're just going to shoot for every single time we do it, we're going to shoot for that lineup.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense.
Okay.
Yeah, because then that makes the second half of Death of the Heavens way easier if they're in the same exact spot every time.
Yeah.
Right. And then my other question being, the flexing people, like, so you want, like, in this image, to get that, you would have the dancer swap with the warrior, right?
Yeah, well, I guess the way I think about it is we're doing this relative to the warrior, right? So, like, I think, you know, the first person is obviously the one on the right that's right next to the warrior. But then when you look at front to back, I think, like, the person who is closest to the warrior, that's the person that's at the front of that, like, 2-person line. The person that's behind them, right there at the back of it. So they would be the 3rd position from the warrior, and then obviously the 4th and whatever makes sense. But that's at least that's how I think of it conceptually.
Okay.
Can you say that again? Because I only half picked up what you were explaining.
Yeah.
In terms of
Yeah. So like if the warrior is our north, then the lineup that we're doing would make more sense to do it. So the first person is obviously furthest on the right, the one that's right next to the warrior. The person that's second in line, they should be at the front of this picture,
of
right?
of the stack. So if we're looking at the example, the one to the closest, it would be the Dark Knight would be second in line, basically.
Yeah, let me pull up the guy.
That's why they do the plus instead of the line.
That's actually what I was asking.
Yeah.
Should, in this case, since the dancer is coming from the other side, should the Dark Knight then just flex to where the warrior is?
I thought that's why we're doing like 2 different lines, like Wrath said, because I would prefer to do it that way. Because for me, I think this would be a little hard to read if I was trying to like read the person behind. Like if I was the Dark Knight in this, it would honestly be a little hard, especially if I'm the sage, to read like what the monk has.
Sure.
So it would make more sense to just do an actual line and just think of it like the person that's second is where the Dark Knight is positioned right now, right? The person that is third is where the sage is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. It's, you know, front to back.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
There's time to adjust. There's time to adjust. It won't feel that way, but there is time.
Yeah.
So don't panic.
No,
definitely for me at least, I'm not afraid to admit it. This is definitely going to be something that I'm going to get a lot of value from this sim.
This is there's a lot of fucking permutations of this mechanic.
Do we?
A lot smaller of them.
I don't know if we'd get any value out of it today, but do we want to do that tomorrow before raid?
For an instance, and then go in.
Yeah.
I think that would be valuable. I also think we should actually go through. Well, first we should finish going over the
Yeah,
the
for
phase,
sure, for sure.
and then we should probably go through an actual VOD, and see if there's much we can parse.
Good idea.
And if we have, I don't know if someone wants to try and get a sim instance if we have time left, or if we'd want to get like a few more polls of the fight, because we do still like we saw death, but obviously we're gonna wipe Wrath of the Heavens a few more times. There's still stuff that needs to get cleaned up on eyes and on what's it called?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a timeline for only death?
I mean, it's in the guide, but I
yeah,
like hard agree that we have an hour left. I would much prefer
would
to
like to get polls
go into like the sim tomorrow for death, depending on how Wrath goes today, and we should just get started.
Can you like where do you see this timeline?
If you scroll up to phase 5 timeline, it's above phase 5 strats.
Shit. Okay, thank you.
Let me do a Reddit
and then
check.
you just second trio Death of the Heavens.
We're definitely gonna have issues on Wrath still. We're still ironing stuff out, but I do like the idea of having at least an idea to start doing something if we make it through Wrath, you know?
Yeah, no, because we got Death of the Heavens, we got 2 Death of the Heavens that last poll, and I basically was like, well, I'm gonna look around. I don't really remember any way, shape, or form which direction I'm supposed to go, so I'm just gonna look at what the fuck is happening and try to internalize some of it. Because we're dying here.
These puddles, these are exactly the same as UCOB, correct?
The
light puddles.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Are you ready, Wrath?
Yeah, I was tabbed out of the game. I didn't see. So
no
yes.
problem.
I guess and on the subject of ready, do we want to go back in, or is any more questions and things to talk about for death beforehand?
I'm fine.
I don't think we need to talk too much about death.
I'm gonna watch through Wrath real quick, or death, whatever.
Oh my god.
I honestly just wanted to see more Wrath. Like, I'm glad that we at least talked about the lineup thing, but I think we're kind of getting a little bit ahead of ourselves by talking too much about death.
I think that is very valid.
I hear you. I was literally just saying I wanted to watch one time through, and I just did that.
It's not a long phase.
It's all good.
It's the longest phase in the game.
I need food. Hang on a second.
All right, I should get food too.
Food check, by the way.
I did repair.
Did I repair? Nope. However, I'm wearing the wrong ring.
I really fucking wish we could have like subcategories in Discord, like a different category for each phase or whatever. That'd be so fucking nice.
Oh my god. Ever hit fire 1 instead of fire 3 because you had your hotbars hidden?
God.
All the time.
All my hidden hotbars.
I also had to unhide my hotbars though.
What the fuck?
Also, I hope this macro that I made works.
You should be ready for it to not work. In case.
I am.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it in this phase.
Okay. I'll cut you to pieces.